Dear students, in this video we are learning about Python's built-in mathematical functions. So in this series we have the very first Python's built-in mathematical function, that is ABS function. ABS function is actually a mathematical function which will return absolute value of a number. So it can be used as print. Suppose the message is there, absolute value of minus 67 you want to find out, then you need to specify like this: ABS in bracket, any value you can provide, either is in negative value or as a positive value, then the function will return you the absolute value of that particular number. And the absolute value, I think you all have understood that the absolute value is always the positive value. So let's see the output of this program. So here you will get absolute value of minus 67 will be 67. So this is the first function of Python mathematical function. Coming to the next function, the next function is divmod function. Divmod function is actually a function which will take two argument and it will return a tuple which contain a quotient and remainder. So divmod is a function which will return tuple, and what this tuple will contain? This will contain the quotient and the remainder. Let's see with an example. Suppose we are using divmod function like this way. Divmod in bracket, we are providing two arguments, one is 7, another one is 2. So what happens here? 7 divided by 2. If you are trying this, then you will get the quotient as 2 3s are 6, that is quotient will be 3, and the remainder 3s are 6, the remainder will be 7 minus 6, that is 1. So remainder will be 1. So in this case the tuple will be returned and that tuple will contain quotient and remainder. That means 3 will be the quotient and 1 will be the remainder. So let's see what it will give you. Let's see what it will give. Just a minute. Okay, so now you can see here it will give a tuple which contain 3, 1, where 3 is the quotient and 1 is the remainder. Coming to the next function, in this category we have another function, sum function. So let's see what the sum function will do. As the name suggests, sum function is actually return sum of items from left to right. It will return sum of items. So there are so many variations while using sum functions. Let's see one by one. First of all, if suppose you want to find out the sum of a list elements. So in this case you can use your function like this, sum and in bracket you can pass your list. Here the list contain 4, 6, 2. So definitely this particular function will return the sum of 4, 6, 2, and the sum of list will become 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 plus 2 is 12. So sum of the list will become 12, sorry. Just a minute. So you can see sum of list is 12. Sum of list will be 12. Now take another example of sum function. Here you can give a list and you can pass an integer value also. So sum of, in this case you are providing a list and an integer. See here, this sum function will take a list, this is the list, and 2 is the integer value. So in this case you will also get sum, and the sum of the numbers, sum of list and the number is 12. 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 comma 2 is 12. So this is the working of sum. Coming to the next function, that is max function. Max and min are two Python mathematical function which will return the maximum and minimum value respectively from a given sequence. So let's see with an example. Again I am repeating, max function will return maximum value from the sequence. In sequence you can give list, you can give tuple, or you can pass any argument of numeric type. So as per line number 17, you can see the two integer values will be given to find the maximum of both the two. So in this case it's clear that if 8 and 6 are providing as an argument for max function, it will return 8. Coming to line number 18, in line number 18 we are passing two lists here. One list contain 10, 16 and another list contain 18, 9. So in this case maximum will be returned by checking the very first argument of both the list. So since we have two lists and the second list first element is 18, which is greater than first list first element, therefore the maximum function will return 18, 9 as a maximum list. So let's see. So you can see here that 18, 9 will be printed. You can also cross check it, like if you increase the value here, so the maximum function should return now the first list, that is 80, 16. So yes, it will print the first list because the first element of the first list is greater than the first element of the second list. So this way your max function will work. And in the same way you can apply this max function for calculating minimum value from the sequence. Now coming to the last statement, just a minute. Coming to the last statement, actually in the last statement there is a twist. That's why I'm just opening the last statement and closing the other one so that you can make a good look in the last statement, or you can concentrate on the last statement. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, now Now only the last statement will work, but it will not print anything. What happens in this statement? If you can see, I'm using a max function, and max function will be applied on two tuples. Okay, since my function says, my max function or min function says it will return maximum value from the sequence. So tuple is also a sequence, and hence tuple is also a sequence, then it must return the maximum value from the tuple, as it will return from the list. But we can see here that we are using the tuple. There are two tuples, one contain 1,6 and the other will contain 8, but it will not print anything, and rather it will generate an error. Let's have a look on this error. Actually, in the last line, if you can see, it will say not supported between instance of int and tuple. That means in both the two arguments there may be a problem that one of the argument is tuple and another one will be an integer. Let's see our program. Yes, now I got the error. I got the idea from the error that although 1.6 is a tuple, but this eight is not a tuple. It's an integer. From the last classes, I think you have understand this concept that when you want to write a single number in a tuple, then you cannot leave it in a single parenthesis. Rather, you have to use a comma there. Then only this particular number will behave like a tuple. So now my program is fine and it must work. Let's see. Yes, it will give you the correct answer, and that is 8. Now this 8 will become tuple, and since the value of first element of the tuple is greater than the first element of the first tuple, so second tuple will be printed. Let's increase the value of first tuple and see. So you will get the first element, first tuple now. So this is very important point here when you are using tuples. I think with this video, all the Python built-in mathematical functions is very clear to you. You can use with your own Python programs, and you can apply your knowledge according to your requirement for any kind of Python application. Thank you.